Okay, so today we are going to be going over problem solving. Problem solving is done in your everyday life. So when you're at the grocery store trying to figure out how to put your groceries in your trunk, you have to problem solve to move things around to make it fit like a puzzle. So, for example, of what we'll be doing, I have a scenario. So I'll read it to you. You have four bears in two colors. The number of red and green bears is equal. What are your bears? So, what I would like to do to help me solve problem solving problems is underline the key concepts. So, the fact that it said you have four bears, I'm going to underline four bears. And then I'm going to underline the two colors because it's telling me that I have four total bears, but they're two different colors. The number of red and green, so that's an important detail. Red and green, so those are your two colors of the two sets, is equal. What color are your bears? So I know that I'm gonna have to get, there's four bears, and they said they're both red and green, so I'll have to do two green and two red. And that's my answer to my scenario. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense to you. All right. So, another example of how we could use problem solving and using our counter bears to help us solve. This one says you have four bears and you have one of each color. Yellow is the last, red is not the first or second, and green is not the first. Put your bears in order. So again, we're going to underline the importance. So what should I underline first?
You have four bears.
So four bears.
Uh,
You have one of each color. Yellow is the last. Should we underline the color yellow?
yeah. Since
Yellow.
someone knows last.
And then maybe put two lines under last to emphasize that yellow is the last one. And then we have red is not first or second, so we should underline what?
We should underline red is not first or second.
Okay, so we'll put one line under red and then two lines under first or second so we can emphasize that it's not the first. Okay, and then the last one is green is not first. So what do you think we should underline here?
Green, and then put two lines under not first or first.
Good job. So, what colors do we need for this problem?
All four colors. So green, red, yellow, and blue.
Green, yellow, red, and blue. It says you have one of each color. Yellow is last, so we know that. We'll put yellow on the end. Red is not first or second, and green is not first. So
red is not first or second. Then maybe it's third.
Third. Okay, let's see.
And then if green is not first, then it has to be second. Because I think, didn't it say something about green?
Yep, it says green is not first. So we got yellow is last. Wait, first will be this way. So that's last. Green is not first. So we said green will be second. Red is not first or second, so that means it will be third. And then what do we have left?
Blue.
Blue. So we got blue is first, green is second, red is third, and yellow is obviously last. Good job. Okay, for this one, I'm going to let you try to solve one by yourself. And I'll help you figure out all the things that you need to underline. Okay. So for this one, can you read that out loud for me?
Yes. You have 7 bears in 2 colors. 3 are red. There are more green bears than red bears. What color are your bears?
Okay, so what should we underline?
You have 7 bears.
So 7 bears.
And 2 colors. So we
2
know
lines under 2.
color.
Good job.
3 are red.
So we're going to say 3, 2 lines under red.
And more green than red bears. There are more green than red.
So more green bears than red bears. So what two colors do we need? What two colors do you need to?
Green and red.
Green and red. So here's your green. I mean your red. And then here is your green.
Okay. So they said
3 bears are red.
3 are red.
And you know that there's a total of 7 bears. So if 3 bears are red and there are more green bears, how many green bears should you have to make 7?
4.
4. So could you also use this as like a multiplication problem? Do you see the distinction in that? 3 plus 4 is 7. You're pretty much working backwards to figure out the multiplication problem. Does that make sense? Okay, let's move on. So now this time I'm going to show you a picture and we're going to create the problem solving question together.
Okay.
So for this one, we have 3 red bears and 3 yellow bears. So we can say, for example, the last bear most of the questions that we started with have told us the total number of bears. So we could say, you have 7 bears. And then you can say, there's 6 bears. I'm sorry. You can say you have 6 bears in 2 colors.
I think there was one where the bears were equal. And these bears are equal.
These are equal.
So
we can say you have 6 bears in 2 colors in which are equal.
And then they usually tell us what color too.
Okay, so maybe we can say 3 of the bears are yellow. And let's actually start over. So we're going to say you have 2 colors in which they are equal. So you have 6 bears in 2 colors in which are red and yellow. Then we're going to just tell them that 3 bears
are yellow.
Nope, we're not even going to tell them that. We're just going to ask them, what color are your bears? Because we've already told them that they're equal. So if you were originally looking at this problem, what would you underline? So let's start over by reading it. It says, you have 6 bears in 2 colors.
So I would first underline you have 6 bears.
6 bears.
And in 2 colors.
In 2 colors. So we know that there's 2 different colors. Mm-hmm. In which are equal.
I would underline
equal.
Equal.
Okay.
I would underline they are red and yellow.
They are red and yellow. Good job. Awesome. Why would you underline they were red and yellow? What significance does that make in figuring out the problem?
Because then I know that it's asking me what color they are, and if I put down the color, then I'll be able to find it easier.
Yes. So we should take how many of these out?
They're equal, then 3 yellow.
3 yellow. And how many red?
3 red.
3 red because they're equal. And that is how you work backwards for problem solving.
Thank you for teaching the lesson.